What's up, guys? This is a market trade recap. Sorry, my hair looks a little crazy today. But anyways, let's get right into it. Let's not waste no time. So, market opened and let's go into replay. Market opened and we were kind of resting around target points already. So we kind of already swept out these target points already. And we had this hourly fair value gap that pretty much we tapped into. So I'm like, okay, we already kind of took out pretty much big time draws on liquidity. Now, I did notice that we are displacing lower off of this liquidity sweep. Well, it's not a real liquidity sweep, but you get what I'm saying. Liquidity sweep. So we're displacing lower. We are respecting bearish and disrespecting bullish. Respecting bearish, disrespecting bullish. So me knowing that, and me knowing that market pretty much took out significant liquidity pools already, we finally tapped right into this hourly bearish fair value gap. So I was like, okay, we're probably going to go lower. I don't think we're going to start trending up. We pretty much kept going up. Market open. So let me fast forward. How do I fast? Okay. Whoops. Let me turn on my hotspot. All right, so pretty much why is this thing bugging out now? Trading view stay bugging out. Oh wait, no. I'm an idiot. So market opened. We pretty much displaced up. Let's go on in 1 minute. You know what, I'm gonna just show you guys the whole thing, whatever. So actually, let's replay that one more time. All right, so market opens and we pretty much we're chopping around a little bit, then we quickly displace up. So we're chopping. We quickly displace up because we wanted to take out, I guess, these highs. So we touched this fair value gap right here. Boom. This hourly fair value gap. Remember, on the hourly, we're bearish. On the whole time frame, we're bearish. See how we're bearish? We touched this liquidity pool right here. Hourly fair value gap. So me knowing that, we displaced up. The moment I didn't chase the trade up. Remember, you gotta know what the market wants to do at all times, at all time frames. We displaced up, taking out the rest of these highs. We took out Asia high, we took out yesterday's New York PM high, and then we also took out yesterday's New York lunch high. Tapped into a fair value gap. So now I'm like, okay, this is probably a good time to start looking for some shorts. I think we're pretty much gonna short the market. I think the market is gonna go down. So me knowing this, I pretty much wait for a inverse fair value gap. I don't think it was this one. think it was this one right here. So let me pause this really quick. I think we inversed this fair value gap right here. I think I might have taken a front. Oh, no. It was this one. Yeah, so it was this one right here. Inversed it. So let's keep playing. So we inversed this fair value gap. So I'm like, okay. Like I said, took out liquidity. This is looking like a London continuation, New York reversal. So we took out these significant liquidity pools right here, tapped into this hourly bearish fair value gap. So now we're starting to run lower. This is how I enter on all my trades. I look for a 1 minute fair value gap and I wait for it to get inversed. So that's exactly what happened. We inversed it and we started coming lower. So I put my stops up here, boom, and and I put my take profit down here. So as soon as I put the trade in, we quickly displaced right back up. So I'm like, oh no, did I do something wrong? Oh no, this is no good. But it's a good thing I put my stops up here because I know that if we're going to inverse this hourly, we're probably going to keep going up. And my whole trade setup was wrong. So I'm willing to take that risk. This is how you have to trade. You have to be willing to put money on a certain setup. So if the setup is invalid, okay, you risk $300, $200 for your setup to go down and for you to make money. If it doesn't hit, then so be it. You lost $200. So we come up here. I'm down like 170, 180 at this point. So I'm like, man, like, did I get it wrong? Because we did go up. So technically, we did break structure to the high. So this latest swing high, we displaced above it, creating a new high. So we created a new higher high. But me knowing that higher time frames hold higher power, I saw this hourly fair value gap, and I also saw a 5-minute fair value gap, which was right here. So we tapped into this, and then we started going back up. So we tapped into it. Let's go on to 1 minute. Tapped into it, and then we started going back up. But I was like, okay, let me keep a hold on this because I know it's not going to be that easy to just break through an hourly fair value gap. And if we do, we're probably going to start going up, which means my trade setup is invalid. So we didn't break this high. We kept displacing. We kept chopping around right at this point. And then after that, we then started tumbling right back down, making the bigger moves and kept coming all the way down. So I marked out half of this 5-minute fair value gap because I know that if we disrespect this if we respect this fair value gap, we're probably respected at halfway. So as soon as we broke halfway, I dragged my stops to the entry point right here. So that way I'm risk-free on the trade. If it loses, so be it. You make $0. If I win, then obviously I make all this money. So let's press play here. We kept going lower. Let's open this up a little bit. We kept going lower and lower and lower. So me, knowing that we're pretty much at a very low point, what I do is I drag my stops now to the halfway mark of the fair value gap. I didn't want us to tap back into this fair value gap, but I also wanted to confirm some profit. I knew the market was pretty much going to go this low, but I wanted to confirm some profit just in case it didn't go that low. So let's keep playing. So we displaced lower. Then we start coming back up. we kind of start chopping around a little bit right here. You see this big wick? We start coming back up. We go back down a little bit. That's when I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna play around with the market. So I pretty much dragged my stops around here. I think it was around here actually. I dragged it around here. That's when it caught me. That's when it caught me on my stop loss. And I made, I think $200 or $300, something like that. I made $300 right around here. So market displaced back up. If I kept my stops up here, I probably would have made like $80. But I dragged it even lower because I saw some type of struggle going on right here. And I didn't want to take the risk. And I wanted to confirm a lot of profit. So I always preach it's important to drag your stops. You know, you always want to secure that profit. So I drag it. We hit the stop. But then guess what? Guess what? We eventually come back lower. Okay, let's completely fast forward because the trade at this point is finito. So we go back lower, take my target out, and we keep going lower. And we keep going lower all the way into London lows. We just keep going lower and lower and lower. I think we come back up for a short bit. And then we come all the way down to London. London lows. Boom. So I'm like, wow. Did we really just do that? I really could have made $3, $6, $9. I could have made like $1,200 today. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta take what the market gives you, and that's it. You know, if you saw $200 on the floor, would you pick it up or would you let it go in hopes of $1,000 to be right next door? No, I'm gonna pick up that $200, and that's what I did. So that was it. That was the trade recap. Sorry I didn't make it live. I didn't really have time. I was kind of too lazy to set it up, but this is what happened. I caught this mini trade right here. Boom. Caught it right up to around here. So I made about $300. I could have made about $500, but it is what it is. We ended up displacing all the way down here, which I had actually had my take profit right here before, but I didn't want to take the risk. I kind of wanted to bring my stops up here just to have a base hit for the day, and that's it, you know. Base hit for the day, and that was it. So this is what it is. Like I said, I will be depositing money into a live account soon, and I'll be trading live for you guys, because for some reason I feel like me showing that I'm making this much money is very fraudulent, because I'm not really making none of the money. This is all evaluation. Remember, this is a test on the funded, just so, you know, if I pass, then I qualify for actual payouts. Qualify for actual payouts. But at this point, this is just evaluation. This is just for them to test if I'm a willing trader, or if I'm a good trader or not. Because they don't want bad traders on their prop firm. They want good traders. They don't want gamblers. They want day traders. So this is what it is. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.